So welcome everybody to Structured Web's channel marketing webinar, How Zoom Put the Boom in Partner Engagement, Demand Generation, and Personalized Video. I'm your host, Stephen Keller. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer over here at Structured Web. For those of you who I have not met yet, quick little intro. I've been in the business or the channel side for about 25 years. From partner side, I've been an MSP. From supplier side, I've run an incentive company. And from a manufacturing side, I literally built a channel from 0 to 2,000 partners. So kind of seen a lot of it over the past several years. I'm very pleased to have two industry, not only veterans, but channel marketing experts joining me today. First, I'll start with Gerard Supa, who is the Director of Product Management at Structured Web. Want to say hi, Gerard?
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here and looking forward to speaking with you today, and definitely been in the channel for over 13 years now, working in marketing services and in product management. So looking forward to sharing personalized video with you.
Great, thank you. Our special guest is Joan Morales, and he is Head of Partner Marketing at Zoom. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you so much, Stephen. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Look, we all, I think, us and the audience really appreciate you taking some time to do this because you're living through it, right? So looking forward to hearing your take. So we're going to have three simple takeaways. We like to do things pretty straightforward here, keep it simple. The first one is we're going to talk about what is personalized video and why it's so imperative, why it's so critical today, both from the partner and the vendor perspective. We're going to talk about how can channel marketers make it easy to enable personalized videos for their partners and make it easy even internally for them to manage as well as possible. And the third thing is, what does it look like in the real world? What does personalized video look like from both the partner's perspective and from the vendor's perspective as well? And we'll do a live interactive demo, and it'll be led by Joan and by Gerard as well. Okay, and then we'll end up doing a little bit of wrap up. We'll cover what we went through. From a housekeeping perspective, a couple things. Please feel free to ask questions as we go along. You can raise your hand in the chat. We're glad to go through that and take a look at that. And then secondly, we will have a Q&A at the end of the session as well. So lots of chance for interaction. Okay, but first we're going to do a little bit of brief overview about Structured Web in case some folks out there don't really know who we are. So Structured Web since 2016 has been focusing on the enterprise market. They're the leader. We are the leader in TCMA. Structured Web provides a powerful, flexible, easy-to-use channel marketing automation platform combined with proven go-to-market strategies and world-class services and support. I think the real key differentiator for Structured Web is really around three foundational elements. First, partner experience. And having been a partner, I understand how important that is. That's what drives engagement. That's what drives success. And Structured Web is a leader in that category, and that's proven by the engagement numbers we're getting with our clients. The second thing is Structured Web is the only 100% dedicated channel marketing organization, TCMA, out there. And what that allows Structured Web to do is to innovate. And a big part of that innovation is that partner experience, is that personalization. It also allows Structured Web to integrate very well with other best of breeds, integrate very well with PRMs and incentive companies out there. We do understand that while marketing is what we focus on, and I'm assuming everybody that's on here is focused on marketing, we do live in an ecosystem, right? The third thing is we're a data-driven organization. We look at AI, we look at machine learning. That's how we get better. That's how we let partners get better. That's how you as a vendor get better. And that's how you see how partners are doing, right? So those are the three big differentiators for us. So a quick snapshot of the tools and capabilities that we enable for channel marketers and channel partners. Now, all 20 of these, but they are 20. I know 20 may seem like a lot, but when you break it down into their sections between awareness and demand generation, it's really not. And all 20 are out of the box, broken down by marketing tools, very familiar, email, webinar marketing, digital advertising. Of course, everyone's familiar with Google ads, display ads. Content syndication, that's a really interesting one. While we're not going to go into content syndication deeply, I think Joan's going to talk a little bit about how content syndication has evolved. It used to be web content syndication is what we thought about, but now you have video syndication, webinar syndication. you're getting to a multi-format. And we're going to end up doing another webinar on that, on what content syndication is really has become. But for now, today, we're going to focus on personalized video, and that's the one that's circled at the bottom. And that's one of the customizable assets, and it's the latest release from StructuredWeb. Okay, very quickly, this is how we now allow and enable vendors to interact with their partners. The simplest way is self-serve portal. It is an easy way for partners to engage. If you're going to do self-serve portal, you really need to make sure that you're working with a vendor that has a great UI, UX. It has to be easy for partners to engage, right? And you can think all types of partners on this. The second one is marketing concierge, and that's where we come in and we hold hands, we build campaigns for the partner. These are for strategic partners. Think MDF. How would you manage your MDF dollars on that? And the third one is the agency marketplace, and this is for recommended high potential strategic partners. You can think MDF here. Think of this as bring your own agency. And so those are the three ways that we help vendors engage with their partners to be successful. And then finally, these are the brands that we work with, from IBM and Zoom to UiPath. These are all large, established enterprises or up-and-coming and growing enterprises as well. We work very well for all of them. The key is all of them are looking to unlock the core potential of all their partners and to use marketing automation to do that. A big part of that also is we need to make sure that we're integrating with the right partners out there, right? 360 Insights, InPartner, PartnerPath, Channelnomics, Spur Group are all part of the ecosystem that we operate within. Okay, so before we actually jump into the actual demo, got a couple questions for our guest today. And I was going to start with what is personalized video? Maybe Gerard, you can give us a quick little overview from a product perspective. What is personalized video? Gerard, you have to take yourself off of mute.
Definitely. Thank you, Steve.
Sure.
So when it comes to personalized video, I think the main takeaway is being able to make sure that you're enabling yourself to be able to engage your customer. And so when it comes to personalized video, it can mean the concept of having your own branding infused in terms of your logo or your own company name and contact information as well. But we take it a little bit a step further and making sure that you're also able to personalize the message and add messaging to the video that you're producing for your customers. Being able to put that personal touch will help you connect with the customer. It'll help you to, be able to eventually, make sure that you increase email conversions. You'll be able to improve the customer satisfaction, and everyone, likes to feel special. So anytime you have something that is geared towards you, it'll grab your attention and it will help you to be able to pay attention more and be able to move forward.
Okay. So Joanne, maybe you could jump in and say why it's so critical. Once again, I was a partner, so I could tell you why I thought it was so critical, because I was trying to sell myself to the customer, right, and my brand. So I'm just curious what you think.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Stephen. So for us, first of all, we are Zoom. So video is critical on everything that we do from a communication perspective, from a product, end user, and partner. So video is critical, and we create a lot of video, and we will create even more. So for us, in the way that we communicate and enable and basically empower our partners to do marketing, video is critical in everything, right? Zoom is a company that brought video to the communication, and that's why we are in the world in which we live today, which is great. Second point, I think also as well, is that it provides partners a way to reach out to their customers different from what is expected or has been seen, right? It provides a fresher approach. And a third reason is, in many cases, partners need to sell more complex solutions, right? They are not just a physical product what they need to sell to customers or explain to customers. And video many times can do a better job when it's a subscription service, when it's a product, that has, or it's a platform that has multiple aspects included with multiple functionalities. Video can be a better vehicle to communicate a more complex, sophisticated product or solution than what you could accomplish with solution brief or other types of materials.
No, I think that last point is really key. Once again, I keep going back to being a former partner. When you're trying to get a complex message across, the studies have definitely shown that people can intake a more complex message much faster if they've got video on it as well. I think the other piece there, I'm curious what you think, John, is The world now is expecting video anyways, whether it's complex. If there's that message that needs to get across, the buyers in their consumer world and everywhere else are used to engaging from a video perspective. I think, I truly believe it's just going to become table stakes, and those partners who embrace it are going to win the lion's share.
Absolutely. Yeah. And video can now be inserted in so many places, right? Like web, email, tweets, Instagram, Facebook posts, LinkedIn, right? And more. So becoming better at creating content that is engaging, short, to the point, that partners can leverage easily in just a few clicks, I think is critical.
Yes, I think it's really interesting. And we're going to jump right into the real world of this. Everything we talk about is about how important it is and critical it is for partners to use video. The thing that I would add is partners in general, a lot of them are not good marketers and weren't very good at video. So one of the reasons we're putting all this together and having this is, look, how do we help ease their pain? We know this is what partners need to do to be able to communicate to their customers, which is, by the way, your customer, right? And we need to give them a leg up and help them do that. I wish when I was a partner, 15 years ago, that I had something like this. We were doing pretty complex things, and it was pretty hard to get the message across sometimes.
Agree.
Okay, well, let's just jump into it. We're going to hand this over to Juan. He's going to walk through the personalized video from his perspective, from the vendor perspective, and take a look at his portal. And then afterwards, Gerard's going to walk through what it's like from a partner's perspective, and we'll actually show you how simple it is now, step by step, for a partner to get engaged and really make the use out of personalized video.
Sounds great, Stephen. So let me perhaps now share my screen, and we'll start with what it looks like, the partner demand center that we have built for our partners. This is an inside look at what it looks like, right? This is the environment that we have built with you guys at StructuredWeb. We launched this in December, and in 6 months, it has become really a huge success for our partners. We didn't have a co-marketing platform for a scale. And with you guys, with the StructuredWeb, we were able to launch that, I think, in 60 days from the moment that we got all the paperwork taken care to the moment of launch, which was great. So this is what it looks like when partners come. Before we go more into the video, let me just kind of give a quick overview so people understand, and all the audience can understand what we have here. First of all, we have a section for campaigns that our partners can leverage any of the campaigns that we have available for them. We have multiple, and we always create campaigns every month, right? I think it's really important that we create campaigns that keep the content fresh, that keep a good reason for partners to come to our partner demand center looking for more. They can filter all of this content easily, or they can just come and activate any of the campaigns. One of the things that for us was critical in choosing a StructuredWeb for our partner demand center was the fact that you can customize any of the campaigns and into any language, that you can translate any campaign in any language. So this is the environment that I see as an employee of Zoom, right? This is what we use when we demo our partner demand center. And as part of a campaign, you have everything, right? The landing page, the emails that go embedded, and supporting resources, pitch decks, everything. You can have social media, everything, banners, everything that would be part of the campaign. And for us, as I was saying, what was really critical is that you could select an email very easily. A partner could select that, insert their logo, of course, in this case, Sandler Partners, one of our partners, their logo is here, and then download or activate the campaign, personalize the campaign in any way. So basically, it just takes a few clicks to translate any campaign to any language. I'm from Barcelona, I speak Catalan, so I think the last time I demoed it, I translated this to Catalan. So any language that is available in the Google Translate will become possible for our partners. And this was huge, right? I think enabling a large partner base as we have that is available everywhere in the world was completely critical. And in this case, let me just go to Spanish, for example, which is another language that I speak. Here we go, and just translate that campaign into Spanish, right? And in just a few clicks, all of that is done. For us, that was critical, right? And here we have now the campaign, and I can customize it. If I am a partner and there is a word or two words that I want to change, you can do that. I remember when we did all the, we went through the process of thinking and going with you guys with StructuredWeb. I did a few, demos with you, and I was surprised of the quality of the translation. I was really pleased. It was one of the things that worried me. And what I saw is that when I would translate any of our campaigns with you guys and through the Google Translate integration that you guys have, I would only change 1 or 2 words, if any, right? Everything else was looking good. And that, again, for us was critical. So all of that is available in campaigns, in the asset library. Let me switch now to the asset library view, where our partners can come and find, as you were explaining before, any asset and that they may need, call scripts, right? And they can just search for anything. Like most of our partners, they will come here and say, all right, show me what you have for Zoom phone. And here we go, everything, banner ads, call scripts, emails, pitch decks, social media content, solution briefs in multiple languages. And we have a lot, videos, in this case, virtual backgrounds, white papers, everything. Partners can, focus and filter everything by language, if it's already translated, by solution, what type of collateral they need or asset for what product of Zoom, what type of asset are they looking for, what is the campaign focus? Is existing customers, prospects, or industry, if you're going to do anything. And then what is really nice is that many times if you are, a CAM or a partner marketing lead and you want to share, resources with one of your partners, you can just copy here, share results, copy the link, and that same query will be embedded in this URL, and you can share that with any of the partners, which is really cool. And we have social syndication as part of our Partner Demand Center, web syndication, event syndication, video marketing, which I'm sure that we'll talk more about it, right? But everything in one single place. And finally, if our partners need help, everything is here in the knowledge help. If they need, a marketing concierge service and they need support in the region from a member of our team, they can get that easily wherever they are, so that we can help them activate, launch any campaign. They have also as well the Marketing at University, which comes with all the content from StructuredWeb that you guys have developed. So if a partner needs all the basics of, hey, how do I do email marketing? How I do video marketing? All of that is already here, and we don't have to spend time covering the basics. We can just go ahead and move on to help the partner activate and put a campaign live with them, creating leads, helping them grow their business with Zoom. So that's a kind of a quick overview, Stephen, of what we have built on our Partner Demand Center based on a StructuredWeb.
Okay. Hey, before we turn it over to Gerard, I can walk through personalized video. You and I were talking the other day. There's so many tactics that are out there, and partners can look at content syndication. They can look at Google AdWords, things like that. To me, I thought was a interesting part of our conversation is you said when personalized video came out, there are people who are using that, but it also drove engagement in the platform in general that helped partners realize, oh, I need to go and look at what else is out there. So I'm kind of curious on your take on that, how personalized video not only helps them sell and do what they need to do, but also has brought people in to start looking even beyond that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Many times, and I think in marketing, there is no silver bullet, right? And that works for everyone and for all cases, right? So as a partner marketing lead for Zoom, what we try to accomplish is really provide a full set of different tactics that can be combined together when needed, and that can be leveraged by partners in different use cases, in different scenarios, in different markets. And that was part of the reason of why we needed a platform that could really tackle everything from a marketing demand generation perspective for all our partners. We have now almost 10,000 partners. That's a huge base, and a scale and was important. So being able to provide every single thing in one single point was really critical, because again, you don't know what will work for each one of our partners. Some partners have been very excited with video, but some others have really been, captured with launching a campaign that includes video together with everything else.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So why don't we turn that over to Gerard then? Gerard, why don't you walk through how simple it is on both sides, from the vendor and the partner side, to make video personalization work?
Absolutely. Let's just share my screen here. So as was mentioned in my partner account, and as was mentioned, we have a drop down here on the navigation that lets us see not only a video library, but also to be able to get back to any previous videos that we may have customized already. Once we come here to the video library, we can see that we have a bevy of available videos that are already been produced, professional marketed videos, some of them also having language support, as Joanne was mentioning. And so we can see that these are fully available to us. Now, once we choose a video that we would like to engage with, we can choose that and then be able to preview it as well. So if I just click here on resource on this particular video about Anywhere Workforce, I can see that it brings up a preview of the video. I'll mute it just so we don't have it too loud. But we can see already I can get a preview of the video, and I can even watch it here before I even engage with the video. Now, I also have here a simple description of the video that helps you understand the context of the video and what it will be describing and what it's about. And then overall on my customized view, I'm also able to understand what I'll be able to do with this video once I do pull it into my account. It lets me know that I can use it in the following ways. I can share a direct link. So I'll gain access to a specific direct link that has the customized version of the video that I generated with my information and any other personalized details in terms of intro and outro that I've entered. I can also grab an embed code. That'll allow me to be able to publish it on my website, or if you have a lead generating form, you can include this video on there if you're sending it to someone specific. In addition, I'll also have the capability of being able to download the video. Once I have that downloaded, I can use it in any way, shape, and form I would like to in terms of any marketing communications or sending it directly to a customer prospect as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to click here to customize this video. And when we do, it'll take a couple of seconds and it'll make a customized version of this and pull it here into my account. And as we can see, the interface, as was mentioned before, the key thing that we wanted to focus on is simplicity, ease of use, really taking the heavy lifting off of you as the partner, as the user, and being able to give you something simple and easy to work with in Stride. We can see here in my customize options panel, customize your video. My video is already loaded, so I'm good with that. But I do have a few more options here that I can continue to personalize. Here's my intro scene message. Now, this is the message that shows at the beginning of the play of the video before it transitions into the marketed portion of the video. So here's where I can really take that personalization to the next level. As we mentioned, we can have a simple message as it is prefaced here where, hi, here's a video that goes over all the new features, enjoy. It's a really good intro message, but I want to add a little bit more personalization because I'm sending to someone specific. So I had a conversation with Tony as one of my customers, and I want to make sure that I personalize it by using his name in it because I know that'll grab his attention. If there was also anything that we discussed in our conversation that he was keenly interested in, I could put that here as well. Now that we've done our intro scene message, I can also move to the outro. Now the outro is what we call the end buffer of the video. So once the video is completed, it transitions out of the marketed portion of the video. I still want to leave my customer, my prospect, with a little bit more personalization. I want to be able to follow up with him. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll put another message there and I'll be able to let him know, in addition to my contact details, that I want to discuss some next steps with him on a call this week. But I want to be a little bit more specific. So I'm gonna just come in here and just make a slight modification and let him know that I want to talk about this on Tuesday with him. Also, in addition, if there's any other things that were important from your previous conversation or you thought that he should also perhaps remember from the video, you can also mention that here as well. Now that I've made option 3, as far as my customization preferences updated, I have option 4 here, which is intro and outro music selection. So we also allow you to be able to customize the intro and the outro as far as a background music element that's used in the video. We have a few here to choose from. I like upbeat piano, so I'll choose that one. And once the intro is customized, this will play in the background of the intro and the outro at the end. Our last option, which is definitely something that you can tweak and modify, especially if you have a specific coloration that's attached to your own branding, or you would like something that would give more contrast perhaps to your partner logo. We have an option here for you to change the outro and intro background color. And simply clicking on this eyedropper here will bring up a color wheel where you can change the gamut of the colors and simply just pick a color that looks appealing to your eye, or if you have particular code value for your color, you can use that as well. I'm going to use this nice blue here. And once I do, it automatically saves it. And then now that I've made all my changes, I'll take a look at that, make sure everything looks good, and then I can click to apply those changes. Once I do that, you can notice here on the right-hand side in the video preview, it's telling me that it's building and applying my updates. And then it'll continue to process all the information that I've put in here, collaborate it with the video, let me know that this process will take a little bit more time to finalize the video and make it perfect for me. And once that is complete, I'll be able to have my customized video ready to go for me. And then at that point, I can begin to preview it. So just turn down the volume a little bit here so we can hear it.
While many businesses are eager to welcome their employees back to the office, others aren't in the same rush. And that's okay.
And I'll just mute it for a second, but you can see that the intro text that I entered was properly displayed with my updated background color in the intro, seamlessly transitions right into this beautiful video that we have here, talking about the Anywhere workforce and how we've been in a situation now where we've all combined and collaborated together. And so I can preview this whole video and watch it. And then once the video completes, I do have a couple of options on my task at that point. I can then get to the end and I can forward to the end and I can see that transition happen as well. So we can see the outro music that I selected, the upbeat piano, my favorite, also plays during that outro. And what we see here is my final message to my customer, to my user. As they're watching this video, I'm letting them know that I want to connect with them next Tuesday. And then they are then able to see all of my personalized information pulled in automatically. As you notice, that wasn't part of our customized setup. So that lets us know that all this information is pulling from our partner profile within the platform. And so all of that messaging is automatically pulled directly into our video and is able to be displayed in the video and customized so that they can have the appropriate email address, phone number, and otherwise to be able to reach out to me so that we can further the process.
Hey, now, quick question as you're going through this. Someone had asked, can you embed a Candidly link, for example, in the outro?
Currently, we have it set up to come automatically from your actual profiles. It would be able to display that profile if need be, but it would not be an active link on the video itself, just for the nature of video display. But yes, it could be included as a visual piece for them to be able to enter.
Okay.
We have our email address here. So definitely that is another beneficial means, like we said, of being able to make sure that they can reach you and be able to know how to schedule things appropriately. Thank you for that question. So our step 2 out of our 2-step process is once I'm satisfied with my video, I can then move to the share tab. Once I'm on the share tab, this allows me to finalize how I'm going to be able to use this video. And I have at my disposal the 3 options that we mentioned in the beginning. I have my direct share link. I have my embed code so that I can put it on my website or a lead generating page. And I also have the option to download that video. And if I want to, I can preview it again right here and watch it from the beginning here in this customization share video page as well. Once I've done that and I've chosen to perhaps just download it, it'll download to my computer. And then I can just also watch that in my browser and scan through the video again and make sure everything is good. As you can see, this is very high resolution as well. And so it'll be very simple and easy for them to be able to pay attention to all the details in the video when it is delivered, or if whoever I may be sending it to, in this case, Tony. So that is customized video. Were there any other questions we can answer quickly before I close out the preview of the demo?
I think that was it on the questions so far.
Excellent, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Gerard. I appreciate you walking us through that. All right, we're getting tight on time, so we're gonna wrap this up pretty quickly. One thing, it wouldn't be a webinar if we didn't put some numbers out there. So Christopher's gonna pull up a few numbers for us here. I don't think anybody's surprised in the B2B space, in particular, in general, how important video is. 80% of businesses use video marketing. 84 of them say video helps generate more leads. 78 says it's increased sales. So I think we all know video is important. I think personalized video just makes it better. And when you can look at 8x or 8 times higher conversion rates, 5x higher engagement rates, the numbers don't lie on the effectiveness of personalized video. Okay. So wrapping it up, I think there were 5 points when Gerard and Joanne and I were looking at this. We were thinking, all right, from the audience perspective, what do we want to make sure that we're covering? We can always go back and answer more questions. Matter of fact, you should all get connected with Joanne on LinkedIn, because he's become not only expert on structured web, but marketer extraordinaire. And there were really 5 things. First of all, ease of use. And I think Gerard demonstrated the ease of use. Actually, I think Joanne, when you went through the whole platform, it's pretty easy to use, right? Both from a vendor and a partner perspective. The second was brand integrity. And I know John and I have had these conversations. While we want partners to be able to personalize, we want to make sure that the brand stays intact, right? And the way, Gerard, that personalized video is set up, we can guarantee that you're going to have brand integrity. The third one was personalized messaging. I think there's no question about that, right? Gerard showed how the partners can engage and get their brand across. Remember, partners want to sell their brand, and especially in a SaaS world, they want to validate with Zoom and everyone else, but they also want to sell their brand. So it's incredibly important that they have that personalized message. Co-branding, we talked about that. Absolutely, not only do you have the personalized, but then you can take that image and you can put your logo right next to Zoom's logo, working really well together. And the fifth one, I'm going to let Joanne really kind of bring it home there, because this is about amplification of reach.
Yeah, absolutely. We have had a lot of success with the video. Actually has been, we knew and we were expecting adoption with the video, but we have been pleasantly surprised that adoption has even been higher than what we expected from our partner community. So that has worked very well, not only from marketeers, but from salespeople, like kind of the use case that Gerard has demoed. If you think about it, it's like the demo use case of a salesperson, right? So it's great to have a partner demand center that becomes a hub of resources for marketeers, but also a hub of resources for salespeople that want to perhaps customize a virtual background with their partner logo next to Zoom. That is possible, right? Or they want to customize a video, or they want to co-brand a solution brief because they have a meeting next day, or they want to be able to customize a pitch deck that they will be using the next day, right? Having a platform that is easy to use, both for sales and marketing people, has been a very critical aspect of what we wanted to accomplish. And I think we have done so with you guys. So thank you.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Gerard, thank you for walking us through the demonstration. So, we're sort of out of time. So any questions that are in there, we'll make sure that we answer them offline. Once again, thank you, audience, for joining us. Please feel free to reach out to us. Please do at www.structuredweb.com, and we'd love to continue this conversation. All right, everybody have a great day.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much.